Tonight on the Night Team. 1 year after gunfire erupted by the rides at Harvest Homecoming, one of the men shot that night returns to the place where it happened, saying he's putting one foot in front of the other.
What happened was not supposed to happen.
Plus, pumpkins have been catapulted into the Ohio for more than a decade, a fall favorite that donates every cent to cancer research.
All the proceeds go to Hope Scarves and Twisted Pink, which are two local organizations that help to support people who are facing stage 4 cancer.
And later, President Donald Trump is on his way to Israel, while the remaining hostages taken by Hamas 2 years ago are just hours away from coming home. Right now on the WHAS11 Night Team. First here tonight at 11, one man is dead after a crash on I-64 West late last night. Thanks for joining us here on the Night Team. I'm Alex Dieterer. Jeffersontown police responded to reports of a single car crash around 9:40 last night. That's just west of the Blankenbaker Parkway exit. During the investigation, officers say a car left the road and crashed, killing the driver, who's a 54-year-old man. He was pronounced dead at the scene, and the investigation is still ongoing. And new tonight, a man has been arrested in southern Indiana after police say he was driving 45 miles an hour over the speed limit with children in the car. According to Indiana State Police, a trooper was conducting traffic patrols on I-65 North when the trooper clocked the vehicle going 115 in a 70-mile-per-hour zone. He attempted to pull the man over when ISP says he continued driving at a high speed and didn't stop. The driver, identified as Michael Anthony Tapia, eventually took an exit and pulled over. When the trooper approached, he found two children in the car. Tapia is facing resisting law enforcement and reckless driving. He was booked at the Clark County Jail. The 2025 Harvest Homecoming comes to a close today and has looked a little bit different than it has in years past. This year, there were no rides and a large law enforcement presence. This comes after a shooting last year took the life of a high school football player and injured others. WHAS 11 Night Team's Clarice Shaley spoke to a survivor who's coming back to the festival a year later.
No limp, just walking.
It's one foot in front of the other for Brendan Hagan after multiple surgeries.
It came through the back, went out through the front, hit me in my main artery.
Hagan is back at Harvest Homecoming a year after being shot in the leg near the festival rides. He's one of two survivors. 18-year-old Corden Central High School senior Bryce Gerlach was killed. New Albany police have arrested 5 people in connection to the shooting.
It's kind of like it didn't even happen, but it did. It was just weird. I kind of try to forget about it.
Hagan now able to walk through the parking lot where it happened. This year, there are no rides. Organizers say it's because it was too expensive.
Really, right here.
Both right here.
Hagan and his partner remember the terrifying moments in the parking lot after he was shot.
Yeah, I know I had some guy, he held me down. They were still shooting and stuff, and he took my shirt off and then tied my leg up.
I said, keep talking to me.
No, yeah, that
please.
was crazy.
Not too far from that very spot is a memorial for Bryce Gerlach.
This is where he died. I remember seeing them trying to actually revive him.
This year, the festival comes with extra security, cameras, more patrols, and barriers. Precautions Hagan appreciates.
What happened was not supposed to happen.
A year later, Hagan is playing basketball again and working as a car salesman.
I'm living life, I'm doing good. Just like I said, living another day and take care of my family.
Taking life one step at a time.
Staying 10 toes down. Still here, another day.
Knowing how much worse his situation could have been. In New Albany, Clarice Shaley, WHAS 11 Night Team on your side. Bryce Gerlach was a Corden Central High School football player who has been mourned by his entire community and even further beyond. The Bryce Gerlach Memorial Foundation has been created in his honor. 5 young men were charged in last year's shooting. Isaiah Page is charged with murder in the case. His jury trial is scheduled for January of next year. 18-year-old Demarius Person took a plea deal earlier this year and was sentenced in May to 7 years in jail. Darius Tuff was also sentenced in April to more than 10 years in prison. Shermichael Smith had his murder charge dropped in July, and Joshua Smith pleaded guilty in February. He was sentenced to 8 years in prison with 2 years of probation. We'll take a look here right on your screen. LMPD is asking for your help in identifying 4 people of interest after a theft spree. Police say 4 people with guns in a light-colored SUV were targeting homes and cars in the city's 3rd Division. That includes neighborhoods like Valley Station, PRP, and Fairdale. Police are also warning you to be extra cautious and to lock your doors. If you have any information, you're asked to call the anonymous tip line at 574 LMPD. And looking ahead to tomorrow, former Bardstown mayor and historian Dixie Hibbs will be laid to rest. Her visitation began earlier this afternoon and ran until 8 tonight at the Holland Greenwell Funeral Home in Bardstown. Her obituary says there will be additional visitation hours tomorrow from 9 to 10:45 in the morning. Her funeral will also be tomorrow at the Basilica of St. Joseph Cathedral in Bardstown. Her funeral starts at 11 in the morning. Hibbs died at the age of 83. Chunkin' Pumpkins returned today to Captain's Quarters in Prospect, making a splash for National Breast Cancer Awareness Month. This annual fundraiser is now in its 11th year and is best known for catapulting pumpkins into the Ohio River to support breast cancer research. WHAS11's photojournalist Connie Offit captured both the fun festivities and the reason that goes much deeper than the pumpkins.
We started this event about 10 years ago to raise awareness of metastatic breast cancer and the lack of funding for it. And my wife was diagnosed with breast cancer in 2015, and I wanted to find a way to give back to the 2 charities that mean a lot to us, that helped us, just emotional support. They were just always there to encourage us, and that's with Hope Scarves and Twisted Pink.
We are launching pumpkins into the Ohio River.
And the shirt goes with it. Come on, guys.
Well, gosh, we've got 3 giant trebuchets throwing 400 pumpkins, which we are almost out of. We've got helicopter rides. We have a pink boutique where you can do a little Christmas shopping early. Got some live music.
We have face painting for the kids. We have amazing raffles, live music. And all the proceeds go to Hope Scarves and Twisted Pink, which are 2 local organizations that help to support people who are facing stage 4 cancer.
I just needed to use my venue and my creative ability to come up with something fun to do to raise a little bit of money.
And just like you heard, all proceeds from Chunkin' Pumpkins benefit Hope Scarves and Twisted Pink. Those are 2 local organizations that support research for metastatic breast cancer. Last year, the event raised $68,000, and this year's goal was $100,000. Organizers tell us they think the total will be close to that, but it'll take some time to get the official numbers. Israel has waited more than 2 years for this moment. Tonight, the remaining hostages taken by Hamas on October 7th, 2023 are just hours away from coming home. President Trump is on his way to Israel, calling it a very special time. As part of the first phase of the ceasefire agreement, all 20 hostages believed to be alive are expected to be released Monday. Israeli hospitals are preparing to treat them, some believed to be seriously ill.
Every returnee has a capsule of caregivers, a doctor, a nurse, a psychosocial worker, a dietitian, and they all take care of one returnee, and that's the same team that will follow him in rehabilitation also.
The remains of 28 hostages who died in captivity are also expected to be returned. In exchange, Israel will release nearly 2,000 Palestinian prisoners. After 2 years of war, hundreds of thousands of Palestinians are returning to cities left in ruins, hoping this ceasefire will last. Well, it was a deadly weekend of gun violence. At least 2 mass shootings in Mississippi, both related to high school events, have left at least 6 people killed in the small town of Leland and 2 more in Heidelberg. In South Carolina, at least 4 people were killed in a shooting at a bar. ABC's Morgan Norwood has the latest.
Gunfire erupted at around 1 a.m. Sunday morning at a bar in St. Helena, South Carolina.
En route to a possible active shooting situation, possible gunshot victims.
At least 4 people were pronounced dead at the scene and several others injured. Officials say hundreds of people were inside at the time of the shooting. The owner of the bar wiping away tears.
You know, I'm thankful for everybody who walked away. You know, I'm thankful for everybody who's alive, who is safe. And you know, we just gotta come together and support each other.
That shooting part of a weekend of gun violence that included at least 2 mass shootings in Mississippi, one in Heidelberg during a high school homecoming game.
That first one actually occurring on the campus of a high school, leaving 2 people dead. Authorities do now say they have a person of interest in custody there. That person of interest just 18 years old.
And in the town of Leland, a suspect opening fire Friday night as people gathered downtown following the Leland High School homecoming football game. The mayor says the city is experiencing a great loss.
We have 16 people that were gunned down on last night, which 12 of them were taken to the hospital and 4 of them were dead.
Officials say they do not have a suspect in custody at this time. Morgan Norwood, ABC News, New York.